Wassup Minecrafters, Koala here. In this video, I'll be going over 10 removed Hive updates. Rumoured all the way back in 2019 with the launch of survival games was the addition of stat track hub titles, which would display your in-game statistics such as kills or wins in a certain game. This would be highly customizable with your choice of stat, and would be really cool to flex your high win count in certain games. As we can see from this old screenshot, stat track hub titles were coded and implemented into the game, but sadly they never went public. The standard boombox was added to Treasure Wars with the first update preview on the 26th of July 2020, but this item was considered to be unbalanced and was removed on the 27th of July. Yes, that means this item only existed in the game for 24 hours before it was disabled, meaning it is highly unlikely this item will ever return to Treasure Wars. But who knows, as we may get many more items with the upcoming season's update. Next up, we have Sky Royale, which was a Battle Royale Sky Wars game. This was out in 2021, but as it was only a limited time game, it was removed and has not yet come back. I mentioned in my previous video, which you should definitely check out by the way, that it would be so cool for the Hive to release it again, maybe even as a standalone arcade game. In Sky Wars, the Sword of Embers is considered to be a pretty balanced item, only found by mining emerald ores and having a 1 in 4 chance to set your opponent on fire. But before this item, there existed the Fire Sword, which was a similar concept, but instead it was guaranteed to set the other player on fire. Luckily, this was replaced with the Sword of Embers. On the launch of Sky Wars kits, there was one kit that was extremely overpowered. The Voidwalker kit is already one of the most popular due to the ability granting you an Ender Pearl every time you get a kill, but for the first few days, the player would spawn with an Ender Pearl, allowing them to instantly rush mid or the island next to them, but the Hive luckily removed this feature. On the topic of Ender Pearls, they were actually added to survival games during an update, but I think it was removed pretty soon after. I cannot imagine what the game would have been like with Ender Pearls, and they would have probably allowed players to escape the border on certain maps. Swarms was going to be the Hive's clan system, where you could join or make a group, and this could lead to new quests, hub games, and so many more features. We have little to no information on this update, but from the sounds of it, the Hive were really close to adding it, until something happened causing the update to be shelved, and it really looks unlikely that this update will ever release. But if this video gets over 150 likes, I will make a documentary on the truth behind Hive swarms. When Sky Wars received a huge update in October 2021, they removed the most powerful weapon in the game, the Sharpness 2 Iron Sword, and they replaced it with the Sharpness 1 Diamond Sword. Both of these weapons do exactly the same damage, but I think the reason the Hive made this change was so players could easily tell the difference between weapons, as the Sharp 1 and 2 Iron Sword look identical, but it's safe to say we will never get to see the Sharp 2 Iron Sword again. Back to survival games. When it was first released, all of the maps had custom models for the chests, and a unique falling animation and loot crate for players. But this was quickly removed to reduce the entity count, which would help with client performance. This could also explain why there is only one default gravestone in the survival game's locker. Last but not least, in August last year, Murder Mystery introduced 3 new maps, one of them being Pigment, where scattered around the map were 3 coloured cubes. When they were all collected, you would be rewarded with an extra arrow, doubling your chance of making a successful shot against the murderer. But originally, the reward for collecting the cubes was a one-shot bow, but I guess this was just too overpowered, so it was later changed to just give players an extra arrow. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, remember to like, subscribe, and join my Discord server, link in the description. I'll see you all later, goodbye.